Welcome back to TechSpace. This is tutorial 8 and we're going to be going over strings once again, but a little bit more in depth. So what strings are is basically a string of text that you can store in a variable, which we learned earlier. And what was special about this was that you could also create another variable, set it equal to a number. But what we want to talk about in this tutorial is specifically strings. So as you remember, we could create two strings, or we had two types of strings that I showed. Is the character and then the sentence string. Now, when we are actually writing these out to the screen, here we say document, we just call the variable. You can click save, and there we go. We got X, which said the text space. Now, what we can do as well in that same document, right, is add a plus from our past tutorial, you remember. If you use plus, you could add two numbers together, but you can also use them to string two sentences together, two words together, two characters together, two numbers together, or a combination of all of them. So what we're going to do is say x plus y. And then we're going to save it. And as you can see, the text space and the single character C. Now, let's change y. Let's just say is the best in all caps. So now when I do x plus y, we'll add a space there. It'll say the text space is the best in all caps. Now that's how you call two strings within one document, right? And that's how you print it out on the screen. Now if I basically had the same thing, but with numbers, we already know we can add those two things together fairly easily. So when I just do this, document write x plus y, we get the number added together. Same thing with strings as I just showed you. You do the same exact thing. You just add these two things together. And the last thing we can do is use a combination of the two. So we're going to say variable x, the time is, and then we're going to say variable y equal to 430. Now, obviously, I can't store variable y as 430 like that, so what we're going to do is just say 4.3, or yeah, 4.3, and just say 4.3 stands for 430. So when I document write x, I can say plus y, and then what we'll get is the time is 4.30. Now since 0 wasn't, relevant and really didn't print it out on the screen, but we got the time is 4.3. So now I could just go inside here again, and the last thing I want to show you is you could add multiple plus signs. So if I wanted to say plus, x as the time is, I'm going to change this, the time, space, so it's going to say x, the time, space, then plus is plus, and then y, and then plus, and today is Saturday. And we'll save it. Now as you can see, we have x, then we say plus, you use a string is plus y, which is 4.30, which just represents the time poorly, obviously, and then plus another set of quotes that says, and today is Saturday. So when we save this and we run it, we get the time is 4.3, and today is Saturday. And that's basically how you use strings and variables together. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.